Hello and welcome to What Map, the map review show for Cities Skylines. There are tens of thousands of maps in the workshop now, and so finding the right one for your next build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review one, using our 5-star rating for aesthetics, detail and gameplay potential, awarding only the very best the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Thursday's What's Map. BonBon here, hope you're well. Now it's Throwback Thursday, which means we're looking at an old map, and this one is blinking old. But we'll talk more about that in a moment, because I just wanted to remind you that Monday we've got the next guest in Skylines Talk, and do you want to know who it is? Do you want a teaser? Do you really want to know? Well, I'm not going to tell you, but I am going to give you a sound effect clue. Some of you will get this instantly, others, well, you're just going to have to wait. So here it comes, listen carefully. That's all you're getting, my friends, that's all you're getting. Right, today's map is the Curonian Spit by everyone. And I'll tell you why I chose this in a few moments. So let's look at all the basic details. Obviously the spit is that long outcrop of land that runs parallel with the mainland. There is your start square, oddly positioned highway there, I'm afraid, but it's still workable. There's your resources, a little bit of a mix, quite happy with that, in fact very happy with that. Steam page, the workshop page. Well, apart from 40 subscribers, there's not much to see here. Nothing other than the map to subscribe to. But once again, it was very, very early, so what can you expect? Now, anyway, elevated highways. We'll have a look at these from about 14 different angles. While I tell you, I chose this map because I was basically scanning through the very, very early maps, looking for something that didn't look like all the others. Because a lot of the very early maps were very mundane, were very boring. Just looking at actually the trees under here. The trees wouldn't grow under the highway that well. Anyway, yeah. I was looking for something that stood out. That was just a little bit not janky like that little corner there. But still parallel level. And this was the first one that I found that wasn't the same as all the others. And based on that, I thought, let's have a look. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to be the best map you've ever seen, or the oldest, or the finest. Here, gone from elevated down to ground level for this hill, and then we go elevated again. And I'm afraid that on its own will lose a star for detail. And then we're down to our bridge. It's not a perfect bridge, but it's not a bad bridge. Okay? And that lumpy water underneath, that's a permanent fixture. That is because the water changes elevation right underneath the bridge. Quite like the attempt that's been made there. Once again, it's not the most aesthetically brilliant, but once again, very, very early. Not parallel, but very, very early. What can I say? It was nice to see. Nice to see an attempt at doing a little bit of water manipulation. The highways here are a little bit lumpy bumpy, but well within tolerance, and like I say, elevated all the way. I'm not keen on elevated all the way, but I guess there's nothing wrong with it. And in some big cities, all the highways are elevated. Kinky there, very nice. So anyway, that's why I went with this particular map, because it just wasn't the same as all the others. I think next week we'll pick one that is a particularly good one. Now, our main start square intersection. These slopes, obviously, we knew the ramps were going to be steep before we even got here, didn't we? Yeah, I guess so. And now we're looking at using off-ramps for the, for the roundabout, for everything going on and off of the roundabout. I don't know. I think I would have preferred 3 lanes. I think so. This goes off to the fog if you go all the way up that way. We're not going to go that way. We're going to go this way, because if you have a look here, it's attempted. Don't forget, this is old, so this is pre-Next, pre-mass transit. Tried to produce a 2-lane highway. And I was say, what can you do? What can you do? Well, it's a good effort. Okay, it's a very nice effort, and like I say, back in the day, I think I've been very pleased to have seen this. This bridge isn't the best, by the way. Starts off okay, and then drops down too far down the riverbank, and then you've got to climb back up the hill on the other side. But still, it's it's a bridge. It goes across the water. It's not flooded. I guess we can little nod in that direction there. This map does have some nice things going for it, though. We will get to those. I promise you, we will get to those. But like I say, in terms of highway choice, I think this was a bad one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone, and I'm sorry, everyone. Okay, let's well, this goes off now. We're not seeing any traffic on that particular. This is on the spit, by the way, and this isn't great. This is glitchy. And if the it's because it's on different levels. If it'd been leveled out, then we wouldn't have this glitchiness. But yeah, the other highway didn't have any traffic on it, and I'm suspecting it hasn't been properly connected in the fog. I'm sorry, I didn't have a look. I'm doing everything last minute at the moment. I'm right behind with WhatsMap, trying my best to get Skylines Talk recorded for next week, and basically I'm bodging it at the moment. I'm bodging it, guys. But still, I'm getting them out on a daily basis. That's not bad, is it? Anyway, that's the end of the roads. What do we do after the roads? Oh, we go to the rail. That's it. We go to the rail. Elevated. Of course it's elevated. Why wouldn't it be elevated? It's going to be the most elevated thing about this map is everything's elevated. Right, so it's not really much to say. It's a little bit lumpy and a little bit bumpy, but well within tolerance. Running with the land. Now here it splits. You can go left or right. If you go left, that's basically off parallel with that highway we just looked at. And if we go right, it goes in towards the start square. But there's no way of going straight across with the rail. So that's I think that's one extra thing that you'll need to put in, a little rail connection connecting up the two over the start square intersection. Rail over road, I'm not keen, but there's nothing wrong with it. And then rail over elevated road again, which is for me ugly, but once again there's nothing wrong with it. It's a personal preference. Ignore me, I'm just being grumpy. And that heads off to the fog, which means it's time for today's asset review. This is quite fun. If you've ever wondered what I look like without my shirt on, it's, well, nothing like this, okay? Yes, Dwayne Johnson it is. It's The Rock. No, it's not. It's the Mamayev Kurgan monument by The Ping. And this, I think I remember reading it was something to do with Russia, something to do with, I don't know, freedom fighters. I don't know. I did read it. That was, oh crikey, a week ago now, and I've forgotten. But there you go, the Mamayev Kurgan monument. It's me with my shirt off. And if you believe that, you believe anything. Back to the map, please. And the map, we have shipping routes. We have a couple coming in from this direction, and then we have a couple going off this direction. You have one going down the old spit there, down the river, and then you have some in the sea, and they all join up together, and there's nothing wrong with it at all. Perfectly fine. Water movement, no problem at all there either. I mean, this is actually not bad. Especially for early days, to get the water flowing fairly smoothly, running down fairly realistic looking rivers, if I'm honest with you. There's a little dead water here, and then there's water coming down from here. There you can see the actual the lumpy water off in the fog, which I can forgive. And then this goes out to sea. We'll go and have a look at a little river in a second. Out to sea, if you're getting really close, you can just see there are little arrows there, so it is moving about a little bit. We'll have another look in a second. We'll go a bit further out in a moment. But yeah, this is all coming. This is the second river. This is all moving, and it's all coming downstream as well. So that's excellent water work, okay? Very happy with that. And for me, actually, it does look like a river. And if we come down, here we go, far out to sea, just randomly selecting the location there. Go up and go over to the other side, and we'll zoom right back down again, and look, see little arrows. So at least it is moving, so shouldn't have any sewage problems there. Right, let's have a look. There's the spit, obviously. It will connect with the mainland outside of the map. What can you do? The beach is very yellow. I'm using Vanilla LUT. This is how the game is designed to look. Nothing wrong with it, okay? And like the lapping of the waves on the beach is very nice. But what I really like is the forests. Okay, it's very vanilla. They are the ugly trees. But see how they change when we've got the tall trees here. And then going down side, we've got these sort of like low shrubbery type trees on the beach. And it just tapers nicely. I like that. That's genuine thought has been put into that. And I applaud it. I applaud it. And for that, I should give an extra detail point. The detail points are going up and down and up and down. They're going down, up and down, more than a yo-yo. You thought I was going to say tart Snickers, didn't you? You thought I was going to say tart Snickers. I wasn't. I would never use the word tart Snickers. Ever. Ever. Yo-yo. Right, so anyway, looking at the land, it's very flat, but it's not perfectly flat. There is undulation that will cause you just a little bit of bother in laying out your... I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, bother. It's a good thing, because it's just going to make you think a little bit when laying out your neighbourhoods. Quite an easy map to play on. Lots of build space. Tons of build space. The rivers add a little bit of interest. And I think there's actually quite a bit to do with this map. I do. It's just old and dated, really. Aesthetically, it's not unattractive. It's not attractive. It's very vanilla. I can just go straight down the middle and say this is a 3. Okay. Detailing, there are a couple of problems. Okay. We'll accept that. And for that, I'm going to have to lose that star, especially that elevated highway coming down to ground level for that short spell. So 2 stars there. For gameplay potential, do you know what? I quite like this. I prefer it certainly to Colossal Orders maps, and I'm going to give it a solid 3. I can't give it a 4. I really can't give it a 4 because you're going to have to replace so many roads. But that's Curonian Spit, the Curonian Spit by everyone. And that is today's Throwback Thursday map. Now remember, if you really want to, well, it's too late. If you want to be one of those guys, it's too late really. You kind of got to get in there before the end of today. It only costs you $1 and you will get your name in the credits, but you've got to do it now. You've got no time to waste. And I'll see you tomorrow.